Welcome to my channel and enjoy this video.
Suddenly, the gangster gets mad at them and tells them he is getting sick of this. This is not a school, so get away. Xianong, discovering Brekdak has thousands of Hmong calls. He is shocked to see that and asks if it is precious and why he has so many. He replies that it is his precious stock. He wears a Hmong call. He sells them to repay Vasco, and Xianong realizes he is stuck in Seoul. He says when they will sell, they have to sell 3,000 Hmong call. Crystal calls Kuji for help. She wants to know if Daniel has two bodies or not. Crystal is watching the CCTV footage that Kuji stole from the convenience store for her. She is happy and says he will wire him the money as he has done good work. She says that she needs to see for herself. She gets shocked. There is Duke but not Daniel. She says she knew it. At school, the students are given their papers. The teacher tells them to face down and not look elsewhere. She also tells them to make sure they mark them correctly. She also says that if she sees someone cheating, that is an instant F. Meanwhile, Fat Crystal is observing Daniel. She knows that he has two bodies. This is why his father told her to watch him. It all makes sense. She thinks if her father asked anyone to keep an eye on him, and if they find out Daniel has two bodies, then she will be in danger too. That's why her father told him to watch him. She is in his class. Everyone is doing their paper while she is still observing him. Everyone is doing paper except Daniel as he is sleeping. She says he is sleeping for 10 minutes during the exam. Even last place Zach's still working on it. She says she knows that he is number 1 in school. Crystal knows that Daniel is using his other body and switching around to cheat on the exam. She is sure of it because she did the same and she is second in school. She wants to see him solve his paper she will see with her own eyes. She wants him to show her that he has two bodies. At 3 p.m., the teacher tells them that she wants all the answer sheets starting from the back. Meanwhile, Crystal thinks about Daniel as he didn't wake up. The teacher comes near to Daniel and tells him to wake up and give his answer sheet. Crystal is curious about why he did not wake up at all. She is shocked to see that he didn't cheat. He solved everything in 10 minutes and then went to sleep. She finds it impossible. After that, her class fellow comes near to Crystal for her answer sheet. She starts begging for more time. But he took her answer sheet. Daniel is watching her and says it is odd that she still needs more time. His class fellow comes near to him and tells him he is pretty impressed as he has done the paper in 10 minutes. Then he goes straight to sleep. He asks him about his plan for the next exam. Meanwhile, he thinks that this should be fine to study for the next exam while he is sleeping. This is not cheating. He says he won't cheat like last time. He says he needs to change himself. After some time, Slim Crystal is crying. She says she can't believe that she ruined every exam because she was looking at Daniel. She can't believe that Daniel slept through every single exam. She says she will catch him this time as she will hide out at his house. She says if he has two bodies, he will switch bodies soon enough, and then she will sneak in. Her suspicion started with the stalker. She saw it that day when she was kidnapped. On the sink, there was only one set of spoons and chopsticks. She says why would there be only one set in a place with two people? She says she is going to confirm it this time. Suddenly, she thinks about what will happen if they are two different people. She again starts crying and praying that they have to be one person. Suddenly, Inu comes there. Crystal cuddles with him. At the same time, Daniel also comes there. She is surprised to see him. He says hi to her. He finds out that they have gotten familiar with each other after the stalker incident. Meanwhile, she thinks that he has set this trap. Then, he asks her if she is free today. After some time, they go into the shopping mall. Crystal is looking anxious as Daniel tells her that he wants to buy some clothes in a department store. She is still thinking about why he is buying ladies' clothes when he should be studying. Daniel tells her to help him as he is terrible at picking things. Crystal thinks he wants her to help him choose clothes when they are not even that close. She almost thought he was a decent guy back then, but she was wrong. She feels that good-looking people are all the same. After that, he takes out one dress from the rack and tells her that it's a present for her mom. She is shocked and thinks that he is coming here for his mom. After shopping, they both are talking. She is surprised to hear that his mom wore the same clothes until the sleeves were tattered. Then, Daniel asks her why they both have the same name. She replies that her name is Crystal in English if he translates that from Korean to English. Meanwhile, she thinks he is a good guy because he bought so many things for his mom. He shops from all middle-tier brands, but they should still add up to a lot. Come to think of it, everything he wears is high-end, too. They are all too expensive. Meanwhile, Daniel thinks he should also buy some outfits for himself because he wears all the clothes that Jay gave him. Then he tells her that he wants to buy some clothes for him, too, so she can stay here for a bit. Meanwhile, Crystal is surprised and wonders where he gets the money. She feels that he might be using the other body as an SCV, making money for him and living like a battle cruiser in his different body. She thinks that he is putting everything into just one body. He wears cheap clothes on one body and covers the other one with designer brands. Suddenly, Daniel comes back and his dressing style is weird. Crystal is shocked to see him like this. She thinks about what happened to his fashion sense as he wears socks with sandals. She knows he wears all the clearance stock, but not the designer brands. She doesn't like this at all. She gets mad. She does not want him to buy cargo pants and sandals. He even fights with the old lady for them. Meanwhile, she wonders why he has been wearing such nice clothes up until now. She runs towards him and tells him to wear some nice clothes. She tells him to wear some plain sweaters and keep the layer visible around the waist. She also tells him don't buy any jeans and just roll them up. Then she tells him he already has shoes. Just worry about his top. So keep the previous shirt. Then he does not need to but pants or shoes. After some time, he dresses him up like she wishes. Suddenly, she thinks that is why she is dressing him up. Meanwhile, the people in the store are watching them and find them cute. Jay is watching them, too. He looks hurt. After some time, Crystal seems angry and walks fast in the street. She is mad as she could not find out anything about him after all this. She says now there is no dragging as it's time to do direct head-on. After that, she comes to the store and tells Fat Daniel to call another Daniel for her. Moments ago, she came into the store. Vasco and Fat Daniel are at reception. She had already decided that she would tell Daniel to call another Daniel, as she thought that Daniel had two bodies. She doubts he will be able to do it since his current body will have to fall asleep to pick up the phone. There are 4 possibilities. 1. He will give an excuse and not call him. 2. He will someone else or pretend he is calling Daniel. In that case, she can ask him to let her talk to him. 3. He will say Daniel can't pick up the phone or won't pick up. This is the most likely scenario. 4th, the real Daniel picks up. She thinks number 3 will be right. Meanwhile, Vasco asks her what she needs. He says he can't sell her cigarettes, though she is observing the Fat Daniel as he is watching something on the laptop. She thinks she should pay more attention. Suddenly, she notices that another thin Daniel is on the stream. She thinks he should be sleeping right now. She is surprised and thinks that it's number 4. She says she has to confirm it. Then she again tells Daniel to call another Daniel as she wants to prove it with her own eyes. Daniel was a little bit surprised and then made a call. Meanwhile, Crystal thinks if Daniel is doing a stream right now, this all may be a trick. That might be a pre-recorded stream. She guessed that he would say he wouldn't pick up the call, so he could say he was busy streaming. Suddenly, she is shocked to see that the slim Daniel shows in the live stream that his friend is calling him, and he needs to take this call. He says sorry as he needs to take this call. Crystal is numb as Daniel is live, and she is wrong after all. Then number 4 is the right option. Suddenly, their classmates come in. Jiho is surprised to see her there. She runs towards Jiho and asks him if he knows where Duke lives because Duke is also in the stream. He replies he knows the address. He thinks just take him whenever with her. Even if it's to hell, he will go with her. After some time, she comes to Duke's home and is shocked to see that both Duke and Daniel are doing a stream. She realizes that she is utterly wrong, as Daniel has 2 bodies. On the other hand, Vasco is training with the other Daniel. He tells him that he has gotten weaker. Meanwhile, Zoe is observing them. She knows that he is not Daniel and says who he is. Vasco replies about what she is talking about. They find her funny. Suddenly, the chubby Daniel comes in with Duke and Jiho. Vasco is shocked to see how it is possible, as there are 2 Daniels. He is Dylan. He started crying and said he never knew working would be this hard. He did 1,000 squats today. He tells them he doesn't know why they all call him Daniel. Daniel starts laughing and apologizes for being late. and then introduces Dylan, who is his cousin. A few hours ago, he told Dylan that he would meet him with Duke if he took care of this store for him. Dylan gets excited to hear that, as he is a big fan of Duke. Daniel thinks that he didn't know Dylan was Duke's fan. He even watches all his streams. He thinks since it is a Duke's favor, he can't say that he cannot go to live stream because of work. Duke also helped him last time, so he needs to return the favor. Finally, he finds a replacement and helps Duke. After that, Daniel tells Dylan to wear the uniform and take off the goggles and do rag. Now he is looking like him. Meanwhile, Dylan is offended and asks if he really has to work like this. He replies that his boss told him to, so he can't help it. Then he tells him that he will leave it to him. Dylan tells him he has to bring Duke with him. On the other hand, Vasco comes to the store and misunderstands Dylan as Daniel. He tells him that they will do squats today. He says he has more junk food now, so they will do double squats. Meanwhile, Dylan thinks that he is a gangster. He also thinks that Daniel is working with the gangster. Vasco tells him that he has gotten weak, so he has to go back to his old self. Dylan realizes that this gangster thinks he is Daniel. He thinks he needs to get this straightened out. Suddenly, he feels that his voice is familiar to him. He remembers that he is Vasco. Vasco tells him that they will do squats. Dylan obeys him. He keeps quiet and thinks if he tells him, he will kill him. Then suddenly, Crystal comes and tells Dylan to call Daniel. Dylan is shocked to see her and thinks Daniel knows someone this hot. He calls Daniel. After some time, Dylan meets Duke. He gets excited to see him and wants an autograph. Vasco tells Duke that he is amazing, so give him his autograph. Meanwhile, Zoe tells them that anyone can tell they are different. Vasco welcomes Dylan and tells him he is friends with Burn Knuckles. He asks him how long they have been friends. Daniel is shocked to see another stack of clothes from Jay, who is presumably jealous of Crystal. Jay exercises in the pool to out of stress. When Daniel sees Jay at school, he tells him that he feels bad for always being on the receiving end. He gives him his terrible outfit to thank him for the clothes. He tells him that he comes to his mind at the department store. Meanwhile, Fat Crystal wants to stop him. She tells him that is quite a display of great friendship. Jay gets happy after receiving a gift. Jay decides to wear it everywhere. When he comes back to his flat, his servant is shocked to see him as he wears Daniel's gift. On the other side, Johan tells Jin Jang about Daniel as he wants to know his intentions and wants to test him. He needs to see if he will be a friend or a foe. On the other side, at school, Jin Jang tells him that right now he is watching him. He is with his friends and he is pretty good looking. He tells Johan not to worry as he got it. Jin Jang places advertisements to buy bank accounts all over Seoul. He tells Johan that he will make the money the right way. He also tells him that Big Deals lost its leader and hotels fighting among themselves. In the end, he says that Central Seoul is there for the taking. After some time, Daniel is his friend and sees the photo. They all are looking good and happy. Crystal is not in this photo. Jiho is upset that he is invisible to Daniel's friends. He was not in the photo either, but they only care about Crystal. Suddenly, they have an extra photo. Jiho thinks it would be his photo, but it's Vasco's photo, who was crying because he was scared. He was on the merry-go-round. Since it's extra, they decide to give him. Jiho feels pissed off as he was with them for the whole day, but they didn't remember him. They took those photos without him. After that, they all go to the cafeteria. Jiho is shocked they didn't even ask him, but he is going anyway because if he hadn't done this, he would have been alone. Jiho wants to be beside Daniel. He thinks that don't show him his back. Suddenly, Daniel tells him to go with them. Jiho is surprised. Meanwhile, he wishes that he would be like him. At the store, Jiho meets with James Gong. He is talking with someone on the phone. He is telling someone that his account is frozen and give it to him in cash as he couldn't withdraw it. Jiho knows him as he was a former class fellow in middle school. He was expelled for burning textbooks because it was cold. He bows his head down and thinks James Gong might remember him because they were in the same class. He doesn't want to meet him because he hasn't changed at all as he is smoking in the convenience store. Suddenly, the store employee stops James from smoking in the store. He burns the cigarette at the ATM and then apologizes. Meanwhile, Jiho is running away, but James sees him. He says it seems he knows him. After that, James gets his money. He thanks Jiho for saving him. Meanwhile, Jiho thinks he robbed him, but he just wanted to receive his money through his account. James tells him that his account was blocked, so he could not withdraw his salary. Then he asks him where they meet. He replied that they were in the same class at Seoul Middle School. He says it means they were friends. After that, he asks Jiho if he can get his number. Then he tells him to hang out sometime. Jiho is surprised. He knows that he will make him his errand boy. He wishes that he didn't call him. At night, James calls Jiho. Jiho is shocked. He thinks if he doesn't pick it up, he might come here. He picks up the call. James tells him to come out as he invites him to the bar with his friends. Jiho runs fast. He thinks why he is calling him out this late. He says he needs to get there as soon as possible. He says when he was due, it took 10 minutes, and this time he needs to go there under 5. After that, he comes to the bar. He finds out that the students from middle school are all here. He apologizes to them for being late. Meanwhile, he is terrified of them as they are all famous people. After that, James introduces him to his friends and tells them that he is his classmate from middle school. Jiho is shocked. After some time, they come to eat. James' friend Song introduces himself to Jiho. Meanwhile, Jiho knows him as he was expelled in the 2nd grade. The others are Sam and Harry. There is a girl next to him. She asks him if he has any cigarettes. Jiho finds her pretty. They all talk with him and are so nice to him. Suddenly, James calls him to sit next to him. He again thanks him for helping him, while Jiho thinks that he is not in the back but in the center. Jiho is quite happy to be a part of the group. He had a lot of fun with them. Suddenly, the bar owner comes there and kicks them out. On their way, they are talking. One of them says there was so much fun. He asks James why he walks out quietly this time. Later, James says sorry to Jiho. They see the karaoke car. One of them tells them that he saw that the owner parked there because he didn't want to pay for parking. James tells them his car is expensive as it's over 50 grand. Suddenly, Jiho says that the owner ruined their day, so he thinks he should break off his side mirrors to give him punishment. Instantly, James runs and breaks the mirror of the car with a brick. Jiho is shocked to see that. James says thanks to him for the good idea. While Jiho is scared, he tells them that the black box probably has everything. James comes near to the camera and poses. Even if they are recorded in the camera, they are not afraid. The owner can't report them as he sold alcohol to them, and they are minors. Jiho realizes that James may not be a good friend after all because he comes near to him with a brick and tells him to break the bar owner's car. Jiho is surprised. He holds the brick and thinks about what he should do now. They don't even care about the black box. He thinks they all are fearless, and he can't look afraid. He decides that he has to throw the brick as he also doesn't like to look like down there. After that, he is going to do the same, but suddenly, James tells him to stop damaging the car. It's a relief for Jiho. The next day at school, Jiho is thinking about the incident that happened last night. He thinks he will never fall for that again. He must have been crazy as they are not normal. Meanwhile, Daniel and his friend go to the cafeteria again without him. He wants them to wait for him. Suddenly, he gets a message on his phone. Jiho was shocked as they added him to a group chat. He says if he talks to them, he will never get out of this. Later, he decided he just had to reply for now. Then he will disappear at the right moment. Then he sees the picture they share. There is one picture of him with Anna. He is pretty happy to see this. He says he has never taken a photo from the middle. Suddenly, he notices that there is no one in class as they already left for the convenience store. Jiho again goes to meet James and his friends. Now, he considers them his friends. They all are playing, but Jiho doesn't know about the game. He thinks they look like they are used to this place. James again tells him that he wants a favor from him. He wants to withdraw his money again from his account. After some time, they go to Adam's and withdraw money. James thanks Jiho for his help. He tells him that his friends don't have a bank account either, so he uses your bank. He replies it's fine as it's all his money, after all. He also tells him that he used his account not long ago, too. James tells him that he got banned from making a transaction on his account. Well, it's not like he is losing anything. Meanwhile, Jiho feels that he is happier with James as compared to his class fellows. The next day, Jiho asks James about his birthday. He replies that it's 3 September. It's all because Jiho is making his bank account. He put the pin. After some time, he comes with the card and bank account details. He tells James that he has opened his bank account and the PIN is his birthday. Now, he can't keep asking him forever. James is shocked. Meanwhile, Jiho is smiling and tells him to use his account as he likes. Now, there is no worry about mixing up with his money. Just thinks of it as his. Meanwhile, he thinks that he registered for phone alerts when there are any deposits or withdrawals. He thinks that his money is not going there. He made the public transportation card not work. James is excited as he has a bank account now. He hugs Jiho and thanks him. After some time in the school, Daniel notices that Jiho is not spending time with them. He comes near to him and asks him if he wants to go with them. Jiho denies. Daniel is shocked to hear that. On the other side, James is peeing in the street. He is talking to someone on the phone and says he will pay him back today. Suddenly, the guard comes there and stops him. He thinks now how he will pay back his debt. He sees the ad for a banking account. Conversely, Jiho is checking Anna Choi's profile in his room and thinks he should add her. He wants to message Anna, but he can't do it right now as his Facebook is so embarrassing. He can't let them see his Facebook. He finds his Facebook page pathetic. He guesses no one cares about it. He notices that there are 58 comments. He is shocked. Jiho gets a message from a teenager complaining that he scammed him of a phone purchase he made. He is in shock. He decided to close his account for now. People might misunderstand him if they see his account. The next day in the school, Jiho thinks about the messages. He believes if it's enough to comment on every post, he is probably not kidding. He says it might be possible that someone with the same name as him scammed him, or could it be James? He thinks it is not possible as he even said it, so he is notified whenever any money goes in or out. Suddenly, the boy comes to his class. His name is Dong Choi. He tells Jiho that he finally found him. He calls him a scammer. Jiho is shocked to see him there. Dong angrily tells him to come outside. Dong grabbed Jiho by his neck. Meanwhile, his class is shocked to see them. They think Jiho scammed someone. Dong beats him. Meanwhile, Jiho thinks that is not very comfortable for him. Jiho tells him that he didn't scam him. Dong's friends also come there. They tell Jiho that he is lying. Dong tells him that he paid and wanted 200 for the phone to him. Jiho again tells them that it was not him. Dong shows him that his bank account is his phone number. He searched for his number on Facebook, and he was the only Jiho Park, and still he denied it. Jiho tells them this is his old phone number. Earlier, when he made a bank account for James, he added his old phone number to that account. Suddenly, Dong is going to hit and tell him that he even didn't pick up his calls. Meanwhile, Jiho knows that the real scammer is James. His classmates are watching them. He decides that he will calm the situation here and take him to James. Suddenly, Daniel comes there and asks Dong what is going on. Dong thinks that he is the boss of this room as he is a big boy. They both start talking. Jiho is pissed off. He thinks that it is not even that big deal, but he is blowing it out of proportion. All of a sudden, Jiho tells Dong that he knows what he is talking about, so he follows him. He will explain it to him. After some time, Jiho and Dong come to the place of James. Harry and Sam are also there. Jiho asks them about James. Dong tells them that Guy beat him badly. Meanwhile, James is playing snooker there. Jiho asks him why he scammed the people. He tells them that these boys deposited the money into the account he gave him. James replies that he doesn't know about any account. Jiho is shocked to hear that. James tells him to stop rambling and have some noodles. He is nearly done. Meanwhile, he lost his game against Sam. He tells him now he will show him how to play. James gets angry. He comes near to him and tells him that his zip is open. He beats him very badly. They are shocked to see him. Then he put the ball into Sam's mouth. They all come out of there. Jiho gives his phone to Dong and tells him that his phone is a phone X too. Dong takes it and tells him that he feels terrible, but he is a victim too. He also tells him that he doesn't know what is going on, but best of luck. He also tells him that if they two are not that close, then keep away from him. Jiho feels betrayed. He knows that James uses his account. He must have forgotten about it because that is how he has been all his life. They were friends, after all. Jiho starts crying and asks how he could forget about it. After that, he comes to the computer lab. He opens the scam post. He opens the seller's ID and thinks it might be James's account. He is shocked. The scams were being performed with his account, and he never got a single message about any deposits. He borrows a phone from someone to make a call. He says he should freeze his account as quickly as he can. He calls the helpline of the bank. They tell him that even lending someone your account could be punished by up to 3 years in prison or paying $2,000 in fines. He says he didn't let it to him. He thinks that even lending a phone gets him in trouble. Jiho tells him to freeze his account as a lost account. The man asks him for his PIN, but he forgets his PIN. He remembers that it's James' birthday, but he is not sure what it is. The customer care person tells him if he lost his PIN, then he has to go to his nearest branch. He also tells Jiho that he might need to come after the weekend as it's 4 p.m. on Friday. Jiho is shocked and worried. He says he can wait too long. The man tells him if he doesn't remember his PIN, they can't do anything right now, so he has to visit a branch on Monday with his ID. He is so much in worry about what he should do because his accounts are being used as of right now. He runs to the police station quickly to report this matter. He thinks that he will give them his iPhone X and they are not any more victims yet. After some time, he reaches there and again, surprised as the cybercrime division is close. The guard asks him if he is here to report something. He tells him that the cybercrime division doesn't work on the weekends. He should have come before 6:30 on Friday. Jiho thinks now what will he do? The other divisions accept reports, but they will pass it on Monday anyway. Jiho is sad and sits on the stairs. He thinks that his accounts are still active and the scam posts are being posted. He can't go to the bank because it's past 4 and the cybercrime division is closed at 6:30. Now he can't do anything until Monday. He also feels that if he leaves it like this, it will get much worse over the weekend. He starts crying. Jiho is wondering now what he will do. After that, he goes to the cyber cafe to try and figure out how to stop the scams. Jiho finds out that he can't stop him just by doing this as cybercrime doesn't work at weekends. He thinks it means James keeps making more scam posts, even when he adds comments. He thinks it means he has to do this all weekend. He is scared and says he didn't do anything wrong. Suddenly, he runs into Do and his friends, who laugh at Jiho for being in trouble again. They are making fun of him and tell him that he is on Craigslist. Jiho is not in the mood to talk to them. He is thinking about why everyone is bothering him like this. Do tells him to grow up and act as his age. He gets mad and angrily tells them why he listens to them. He also tells them they are not better than him. Do grabs him from his face and going to slap him. But Jiho saves himself and starts punching him back to back. The people are shocked to see him like this. Do gets mad and is going to hit him. But suddenly, Zach comes there and stops them. He tells them to fight quietly as they are disturbing him. Do backs off. Jiho asks him what makes him so different and stops pretending that he is his friend. Jiho also tells him that he is also like them. He drank, smoked, and beat people up, and now he is acting so high and mighty. He asks him if he ever thinks of him as a friend. Zach tells him that he is right, but he never thought of them as friends either. He also tells Jiho that he never interacts with them without calculating the benefits beforehand. If he is a friend, try to be more honest with himself. After some time, they go to the cafe. Jiho tells him that James is scamming people with his bank account. Zach tells him to give him his number and he will talk to him. He replies that he doesn't have a phone anymore as he has to give it away. Suddenly, Mira also comes there. Zach tells her that he is going somewhere with his friend. Jiho is surprised. They head to the pool place to find James. Meanwhile, Jiho is a little bit scared as there are just 2 of them. He thinks that Zach can't fight with them alone as they are complete psychopaths. After some time, they reach there. James is also there with his friends. He asks Jiho what happened to his phone as his phone number is not available. Sam comes near to Zach and asks him why he is looking at them like that. Zach hits Sam very badly. Jiho is shocked. James is also surprised. Suddenly, Harry runs toward to hit him, but he also punches him with a shoulder roll. Zach beats them all. They are shocked to see him. Jiho also thinks that he is powerful as he knocks down 3 in an instant. He thinks that those guys have been known for being real thugs since middle school. James smiles and tells Zach that he is good at fighting. He replies to give him Jiho's bank account. James comes near to him. Zach tells James that he should stop laughing. He also tells him it seems he can't read the situation here. He replies with a smile that he is so dope, but he is a zipper open. Zach instantly looks down. James is going to kick him, but Jiho comes there and grabs him from his leg. He knows James is this trick. He angrily tells him to give his account back. James gets angry and going to hit him. But Zach punches him so hard that he flies away in the air. Blood comes out of his mouth. After that, Zach comes near to Jiho and gives him his hand to get up. James is injured. He tells Zach that he wants a rematch. Zach tells him to hand over his account. Jiho also tells him to give his account. He asks him why he scams people with it. He replies that he sold it as soon as he got it. He tells him that he sold his account for money and he doesn't know anything about scams. Zach grabs him by his neck and asks him to whom he sold it. He replies that he has no idea as he just called the number on the ad. He tells Jiho that he told him to use it like it was his account. Jiho tells him to give their number. He replies that he can check his messages if he wants. Instantly, Jiho checks the mobile and calls the one who takes his account. But the number is not available right now. He gets worried. Meanwhile, James smiles and tells him that he can't reach them as they use burner phones. Then he tells Jiho that he gets $1 and $200 after selling his account, and they can split it 50-50. Jiho knows that now he can't do anything. He has no way to get it back now. After some time, he is sitting in a cyber cafe. His classmates come there to help him. Zach tells him after all they are friends. Since the cyber crimes division and banks rest on the weekends, they can't stop the scams that come up on weekends, so they have to find the scammer before Saturday. He also tells them the police report will be processed on Monday. They need to find the account before then and return the money because even lending the account is a crime. They need to catch the scammer as soon as possible if they want to stop this from getting worse. Meanwhile, Zoe tells Jiho that he does a blunder, so go and die. Zach also tells them they will find the culprits on their own. Mira asks him how they will do it. He shows them that he searched the numbers on the iPhone X and these IDs popped up. He tells them they use multiple IDs with a single number. If an account is blocked, they can just make another one, but burner phones have to be bought. He tells them to split up these emails and search for them. Zoe says if they search for those IDs, then something might come up. He says Zach is pretty smart. Meanwhile, Vasco tells Zach that he cannot understand any of that. Please repeat what he said. After that, they all start their search. But they didn't find anything after finding it for hours. Jiho is worried and says it should work. Zoe tells him that if they made it to scam people, there is no way they would leave a trace. Mira tells them that is okay as they are only just getting started. She asks Zach what is his next plan. He replies that there is no next plan. Zach tells them they can't do anything now. Jiho is shocked as he can't stop it. Zach tells him that they have no choice but to run to the bank as soon as it opens. Everything is over now for him. Suddenly, Kuji comes there and tells them he cannot bear listening to them anymore. He starts scolding Jiho as he messes up again. He tells him that he saved him last time, too. He angrily tells him that grow up and be a man. Kuji knows they are all from the fashion design and the monkeys of Jay who keep them as pets. He tells Jiho that normally he would take a fee, but he guesses he will think of it as an investment. He tells him that he will do it for him free and will help him to catch the culprits. He also tells them that the real plan starts now. Kuji tells them that their biggest mistake was Googling those fake emails from Craigslist. He also tells them that there is no way those emails specifically created to be used to scam will lead back to them. Jiho asks him why he is on Steam. He replies that just watches and learns. Then he enters something. He asks them what they think. They all are shocked. Zach says that the information that they could not find with Google, and he instantly found the ID of the scammer. Kuji tells him that someone needs an email address to make a game ID. These guys have hundreds of email addresses. They might be useless everywhere else, but it's perfect for Smurf accounts. Zach tells him then now they only have to lure him. Zoe is offended. Kuji tells him that he is stupid and it is his level. He replies that they didn't have enough time to lure him, or maybe it's a girl. After that, Kuji asks them if they know the illegal dumpers. He tells them most of them are afraid of the witnesses. They are scared people might see them throw it away or get caught by a surveillance camera. So they throw it away early in the morning and their traceable receipts too. That is how most of the scammers get caught. They all are shocked to hear that. Kuji also tells them he is also looking for the receipts, which will be the flaw in their plan is their game IDs. Zoe excitedly tells him that she always uses the same IDs for her gamers, too. He also tells them that everyone is careful about their social media privacies, but in the games people get careless. After that, Kuji tells them that since it powers Gundam 2, it's probably a Smurf. He bets his main is called Power Gundam. Jiho says then they should Google Power Gundam. He replies that they can do that, or since it's a unique name, there is a better way. He uses the Naver blog sites to find the culprit. He says they will set the search option to nickname and do the search. Finally, he finds him. He shows them a guy's blog and his real ID. Zack is surprised and thinks that he found the culprit ID just from the fake ID. After that, Kuji tells them that they are just getting started here. He tells them to use this ID and find his Facebook account and everything else. There have to be a few things he forgot about. They all start searching. Meanwhile, Kuji says now the hunt begin. After some time, Zoe tells Kuji that there is not as much information as they thought because his Facebook and Instagram accounts are private. They only find his photo that is used for his verification. Kuji looks at the account and thinks that there is only a little information in his real account. He realizes that he is more thorough than he thought. Zack tells Kuji that he is not better than him. He replies that he already found him. They all are shocked. Zack tells them that he sees the verification photo. All they need is the convenience store outside the window. It means they were across the road from that convenience store on the second floor. Vasco tells him that he is a genius and runs out of the building to search for the place in this picture. Zack tells them they have to find the convenience store now and use Naver Street View to check each one. Kuji tells him that he is dumber as there are 12,000 stores out there. Zack is shocked to hear that. He also tells him that not only that, but Street View updates slowly so it might not even be accurate. Jiho asks Kuji if he knows the leading convenience store. He replies that he doesn't know. He tells them that he found it in that image. Then he tells them there is a second problem. He asks if it is Pig's appearance important. Kuji tells them that what they see is not everything. He explains to them that this image might not have enough information, but once they open properties and click on details, there is plenty of information. They are surprised. Kuji tells them that this guy attached the original photo. He tells them that they can find him through the GPS as everyone takes photos with their phones have a GPS function. If someone can't change anything, then the image jeeps a lot of GPS metadata. Then he tells them when they input the coordinates into a map, they can find the locations. Kuji did the same and found the location of the scammer. He says now the link has been re-established. They all are surprised and get to know that Kuji is a genius. Kuji tells them to call Vasco and tells him they found it. After that, they call Vasco and tell him they finally found the location of the culprit. Zack tells him that he will send him the address. He replies there is no need as he is a step ahead of him. He tells them that in the picture, there is a convenience store and a dart. Vasco runs in the street and finally finds the store. Zack is shocked and tells the other that Vasco has found the location. Zack tells him to stay where he is. He replies that they can take their time. Vasco comes in the store. There are god dogs at a dart place. Vasco asks them who Power Gundam is. He also tells them to give back the bank account. Meanwhile, they laugh and one of them says that it was the guy who sold the bank account. The members of the god dog ask him how he found them. Meanwhile, Jin Jang, who is the god dog. Number 2 is watching the photo of Daniel with Zack and Vasco. He comes to know that one of them is here. On the other side, Vasco tells the god dogs that they all will be punished. The god dogs laugh at Vasco. Suddenly, one of the god dogs comes forward and tells him that he is Gundam. He tells Vasco that his account is on his feet. He comes near to him and punches him very severely. Blood comes out of the nose of the Vasco. The man is going to hit him again, but Vasco grabs him by the hands and then breaks it. After that, he smashes his face on the floor. They are all shocked to see this. Meanwhile, Jin Jang also watching them. The all god dogs run towards Vasco to beat him. But he destroyed them all. He beats them very severely. He punches them so hard. After some time, all the god dogs are injured and on the floor. Jin Jang tells him that he is better than he thought. He also tells him he is brave as he comes here to wipe them all on his own. Vasco tells him to give him the account back. Jin Jang takes off his cap and suddenly comes near to Vasco and kicks him badly. He tells him to go ahead and try to get the account back. In return, Vasco is going to punch him, but he saves himself. Jin Jang punches him on his belly. He tells Vasco that he is strong, but he is too predictable. He predicts his every move and beats him easily. He also tells him that he came here on his own, and now their boss will be pleased. On the other side, in the car, Johan is driven by Gun and Gu after returning from his mother's store. Gun tells him that he is a little bit busy as he has to look after over 400 places. Johan tells him that he has the crews in every area to do that for him. He also tells him that Gu and he have to do the new regions themselves as there is no one worth using. Gun also tells him that it will be easier to take care of it if their head is not there. He tells him to talk about that after he unifies the 4 crews. He asks him when he will do that. Gun also tells him that he is going to start with a big deal, since it will be easier to take care of it when their head is not there. He will take over while Jake Kim's gone. He will be rotting in prison for a few years. It's a pity. If he didn't dabble in illegal betting, he would be free now. Johan replies that he did it to pay his fees. He tells him that $100,000 per crew per month is ridiculous. Gun replies that he has 100 schools in his territory. He asks him if it is hard for him to get 1,000 per school. He also tells him that 100K from 100 schools is grand from each school, and that is $300 from each grade. Then, it will be around $50 for each class or $3 per person. He orders Johan to use the student council or whatever to get the money legally. He again asks him if getting $3 from each person is hard for him. He tells him that if he can take 5 or 6, he can take whatever is left. But regardless, there are no illegal businesses. If this gets on the news and they lose this business, they won't forgive him. Gu tells Johan that he should not ruin their work as they guys are not doing that fake bank account thing anymore. Johan replies that he already told him that he ended it all. He replies, even so, he keeps an eye on that. He also tells Johan that his crew used to make money through that before he took over. Gun also warns him to be careful from Jin Jang as he considers himself the former leader. Johan tells him not to worry as he will take care of it. Johan tells him that he isn't someone to look down on. He can detect his opponent's weaknesses in one time, but he won't act until he does. Gun explains that if Jin acts, it means he has finished his analysis. Once he has done that, he likes torturing them until they are near death. On the other side, Jin beats Vasco so badly. He is severely wounded and still asks Jin to give the account back. He replies that he is as tough as he heard. Suddenly, Vasco again runs towards him to punch him, but again Jin predicts his move and saves himself. He is going to hit and tells him to end this, but Vasco kicks him on his leg. Jin is shocked to see this as Vasco uses a low kick. He thinks he didn't see that before. Vasco reveals that he has been training in Muay Thai, and the only reason he didn't use it is because losing is a shameful thing for a student. He again stands in preparation for a fight and says losing is unacceptable. Jin laughs and tells him that he is surprising as he has that trick up his sleeve. He asks Vasco then why he is using this so far. He replies that Muay Thai is respecting his teacher. If he loses too. He tells him that his Muay Thai cannot be lost. Jin laughs so loud after listening to him. He tells Vasco that he thinks he can beat him just because he landed that one hit. After that, he tells him that he likes him so he can work for him. He tells him that he can be swallowed up anyway. He might as well join them when he asks nicely. He tells him that the burned knuckles will get swallowed up by someone soon enough. Central Seoul is on everyone's radar. He also tells him that their boss is going to untie them all anyway. Jin also tells Vasco that their boss is powerful. He tells him that the bank account thing has to be secret from their boss. Suddenly, Vasco tries to punch him, but he saves himself. He thinks that he cannot be persuaded with words. He believes that he thinks he is the leader. Jin knows that he didn't analyze his Muay Thai, but there is a pattern in his moves. Jin knows that Vasco is a complete beginner, as all he knows is the one too low. Jin thinks now he will use a low kick. He is ready to block his attack, but Vasco didn't use a low key. Jin is shocked to see that he has changed his pattern. He knows that it's a kick, but not a low lick. He thinks he needs to keep a safe distance. But suddenly, Vasco turns his body and punches him back with full power. It's a back spin blow. Jin flies away in the air. After that, Vasco kicks him on his belly. Now Jin is severely wounded. Vasco tells him that he won't swallow the burned knuckles. He also tells him that they do what they do. On the other side, Zack, Daniel, and Jiho come fast to the dart place. They come in and shocked to see that there are so many injured people are on the floor, and Vasco is sitting near them. Vasco tells Zack that they found Jiho's bank account. He tells them that there was a lot of money deposited in the meantime, and they returned all the money to the rightful owners. A vast majority of the fake bank accounts are under the names of minorities. They must act swiftly to put an end to this horrible crime. The next day, at school, the member of Burn Knuckles asks Vasco what happened to him. He replies that he knocked out some burner phones with Captain Zack in Muay Thai. He was cheered up by the Burn Knuckles of his bravery. Meanwhile, Daniels notices that Jiho stopped coming to school. At South River Worker, the four crew hear about the incident and become interested in Vasco. East River Hostel's people are also investigating about Vasco. West River Big Deal serving time groups Jake Kim in jail is also curious about Vasco. He thinks his name is familiar to him. On the other side, Johan visits Jin in the hospital. Jin tells him that he offers the Burn Knuckles and Vasco to become a part of their group, but he attacks him as he wants to recruit him. Johan says he has heard of them. While watching the picture of Daniel with his friends and says that is disappointing as he thought he was a friend. He thought that Daniel was his friend. He says that a dog that bites its friend needs to be taught a lesson. He tells his North River God dog to prepare a gang war with Jae-hai. Meanwhile, Daniel comes to Jiho's home. He knocks on the door while Jiho is holding a cutter in his hand. It seems he is going to kill himself. On the other side, Jiho is doing workout. He is upset that he is too weak to do anything for himself. He is useless. He tries to work out and gets tired quickly and remembers how firm his friends are. He says they were born differently. He can only watch from behind. He is sad and says he can't even solve his problems. He says he is just an idiot. Just as he is about to give up, he spies the pocket knife on the floor next to him and decides he can do something after all. He sits on the bed and then gets the message from James. Meanwhile, his mother knocks at the door and tells him that his friend is coming here to visit him, so opens the door. He gets mad and wants to teach a lesson to him. He leaves his house, and his mother complains that a friend is waiting for him. Daniel, the friend, is concerned about Jiho. After some time, Jiho comes to the pool place of James. James smiles to see him there. He comes near to him and tells him that his zip is undone. Then, he instantly marks a cut on James's eye and loudly says that he can do it. He angrily tells James that he thinks he is an idiot. James is screaming in pain. Jiho again tried to hit him but fell. James smiles and then hits him with the stick. He kicks him so many times. Suddenly, Daniel comes there and stops James. James smiles and says again his friend came to save Jiho. Daniel tells Jiho to go away. Meanwhile, Jiho thinks he comes here after spending efforts, and now Daniel comes here to order him. Jiho didn't stop. He holds the cutter and is going to hit James. Daniel tries to stop him and tells him to wake up as he is doing wrong. Jiho gets angry and tells him why he is stopping him. If he is his mom or dad. Jiho angrily asks him who is he. Daniel replies that he is his friend. Jiho says he has no friends. Daniel is shocked and asks him if he hates them. He tells him that he still has another Daniel and Duke. Jiho gets triggered and thinks that a famous guy like Daniel would not understand how it feels to be him. He thinks he said they are his friends as they suit him better. After that, he pushes both of them out of the window. As Daniel falls to the ground, he has flashbacks to his memories in his second body. He wakes up in a cold sweat. On the other side, the rescue team takes both of them to the hospital. They both are unconscious. A detective comes there. Jiho is also there and tells him that they both are his friends. They were fighting with each other and then fell from the window. The police officer tells the detective that they don't have any witnesses either. The detective asks him about the owner of the cameras. He replies that the owner was in the toilet and the camera was a fake one. Meanwhile, he thinks that he is not lying at all as they both were fighting with each other, and they are his friends too. He decides that he will not tell them about his part. Jiho is so scared of what will happen to him if they die or if he gets caught. The detective tells him that he doesn't have any choice. Since both are unconscious, they will have to wait for them to wake up. Jiho thinks that if they didn't wake up he can't get away with this. Then what will happen to him? Meanwhile, the rescue team is taking James to the ambulance. His heart rate is 25 and pulse is 130, and he needs oxygen. The fat Daniel also comes there. He is shocked to see his other self on the stretcher. He wants to go near his other body, but the police stop him. He loudly says that is him. On the other side, the smart Daniel is unconscious and his situation is critical. Fat Daniel listens to the rescue team, saying they have to do the surgery of the other Daniel. Meanwhile, the ambulance is going away. He says he is here alive. He has flashbacks of his life. All his memories are fading away. Fat Daniel runs towards the ambulance. He says don't go away as it's his body. On the other side, Daniel's heart stops. They want to rip his shirt off. Later, the rescue teams come to know that Daniel is not dead. Conversely, Fat Daniel says he needs to switch the bodies. He falls while running and says he needs to faint. Meanwhile, the team is giving the electric shocks to Daniel Park. Fat Daniel says get up Daniel Park. Suddenly, he comes to his life. On the other hand, Zoe is waiting for Fat Daniel at the convenience store. She wonders why Daniel is not there for the first snow. Daniel is dreaming that he is back in school, and his second body is hanging out with his friends. He is happy to see everyone. Suddenly, hugs him. Daniel is surprised that he is here. His friends don't recognize his old self and leave him behind. As he pleads for them to come back, his handsome body gives him a devilish smile. The smart Daniel also leaves him alone. He is curious about why there is another him. Why his friends are leaving him. But that is his body, and he is real. The smart Daniel is fake. Suddenly, Daniel wakes up to find out he was dreaming, and not in his second body. It's his first dream in a long time. Then he runs to the hospital to see his other body. He sees the body and thinks how badly he was injured. Suddenly, the doctor asked him if he was his friend, so gave them his mother's phone number as they needed to call his family. She also tells him that he lost so much blood that he went into cardiac arrest. Fat Daniel thinks that is why his body would not change. The doctor asks him if he is sure that they fell from the third floor. She tells him that the other patient he was with is in the right now, but compared to him, he is in a much better state, and she heard someone fell on the top of him too. She also tells Fat Daniel that she has never seen a body like this in all his career. She tells him that will be monitoring him until he wakes up. She tells the nurse now she can take off his oxygen mask too. Meanwhile, Fat Daniel is happy that he is not dead. He thanks God. While doctor asks the nurse if the police have given them his identity. She replies with no. The doctor tells her that they need a family member if they want to treat him. Daniel knows that the police are struggling to find his identity. On the other side at police station, finally, they get the information from the school. The policeman tells the detective that he called his mother. They are worried about Daniel and think that James was the perpetrator of the incident as he has 7 counts of burglary, 2 counts of arson. He also says that he is guessing Daniel Park was being harassed when he grabbed him and jumped. The detective thinks about Jiho and says they have a problem that they only have one witness. Meanwhile, Jiho is so much scared. He thinks what will happen to him as he is at the police station. He says he should be calmed down as he is just a witness. He is curious that why they are looking at this way. He says he can't let them notice. He says he got get rid of all the evidence too, and they will not catch him. He prays to God to help him in this situation. He says that he will be a good man, but please save him this time. He also prays that they will not wake up. Suddenly, the detective comes there and put the cutter on table. He asks him if he knows what this is. Jiho is shocked. On the other side in the hospital, the policeman investigates Daniel. He tells the detective that he is right in front of Daniel. He says he got his papers and now he will pass them to the hospital. The policeman is shocked to see him as he is different from the school form. He is slim. Suddenly, a fat Daniel comes there. The policeman is shocked to see him. He thinks it's a doppelganger of a ghost, because he get the form of the fat Daniel. Daniels come to know that he came here to check his identity, and they already get his form from the school. He says this might be dangerous for him if they know he has 2 bodies. The policeman asks him who is he. Suddenly, he makes his face and tries to be another boy, and leaves from there naturally. His mom saw him and hugged him. She was so scared for him. The policeman is watching them. He tells him that his son is on the bed. She replies that his son is standing here. He asks her if she is the mother of the J High School Daniel Park. She sees the smart Daniel and tells the policeman that he is not her son. After that, the policeman tells his sir that there is some misunderstanding as there are 2 Daniel Parks in that school. He again tells him that to check with the school. Fat Daniel is shocked to hear that. At the hospital, the nurse cleans Daniel's mother's feet and tells her that her feet are covered in cuts. Daniel's mom replies that she is fine, please check her son. His mother asked what happened to that guy. She was so panicked that she didn't even recognize him. She tells Daniel that she is very happy to see him and that he is safe. Meanwhile, the policeman on the call said that that is also not this Daniel Park form. Daniel thinks about what he should do. He also thinks it won't matter how many times he asks for Daniel Park. He will just get the same file. The policeman is still on the call, and he says stop sending him the same one. Daniel says there is only one Daniel Park in the school, and that is him. Suddenly, the policeman loudly says that there is only one Daniel Park in the school. Daniel is surprised to hear that. He feels that now he will be exposed, and so he runs away from there. The policeman wants to ask him something. He turns back and sees that he is not there. He is shocked. Daniel is sitting on the stairs searching on his mobile for how to create a new identity. He didn't get results. He thinks that he should ask Kuji, but he has to tell him his secret. He also thinks that he should ask his friends to lead him to their identity. But he can't do that as they will be found out in no time. Then he thinks that what if he goes to school now and switches it out? He knows that there is no way to create a new identity. He thinks he can still get treated after he gets caught and they might charge him for identity fraud. He also thinks they will find out that he has 2 bodies. He decided he had to run with the body. He came back and was shocked to see that Slim Daniel was not there. He runs towards his mom and asks him where the other Daniel goes. His mother replied him the officer got a phone call and then he took him away. On the other hand, at the police station, the detective puts a knife on the table and asks Jiho what this is. Jiho is shocked. Detective tells Jiho that they got it from the billboard, and then asks him if he does know about it. He said to tell him everything as he knows all the truth. Jiho wonders and thinks about how he found the knife as he thought he took care of it, but he found it. He apologizes to him and tells him the truth. The detective yells at Jiho and says to stop covering his friend. Jiho is shocked. He tells to tell him that this is Daniel's knife. He smiles to hear that. He says to Jiho to use loyalty less in these situations as he gets in trouble. There is no need for him to be punished. James started crying and asked him can he go home. The detective consoles him and tells him to stop crying and wipes his tears as he is not betraying his friend. Jiho said this is his fault, but he should not have done that. He is so ashamed. He gets handcuffs. The policeman tells the detective that they have all the evidence they need. He is shocked. Policeman says they found bloodstains on the clothes and glasses, and they found them in the bathroom, and they were all Jiho Parks. He also tells him that there was a witness too. He says that there were hands at the window when they fell, who matched with Jiho. There were only 3 up there. The policeman says that would be an attempt to murder. On the other hand, at the hospital, Fat Daniel comes back to the hospital and is curious about why Slim Daniel moved to room 602. He thought something happened. He is still curious about why they move him. Fat Daniel entered the room and found him. He was happy that the policeman was not there. He thinks that he has to take him out now. Then he sees a piece of paper on a chair as they are a form of Smart Daniel. He is curious about it. The policeman just came outside for some refreshments and he is on call and said Jiho Park was the perpetrator and these 2 are victims. He guessed he wouldn't need to worry about him. He runs away. He says that he moves to the patient's room. Fat Daniel was shocked and said lucky he could confirm his identity as James Lee as he existed. He finds out that James Lee is an actual person. He is curious about who he is. The detective says to Jiho this knife is Daniel Park's, and he reached out because he was trying to save them. And then he threw away the clothes to avoid suspicion. Jiho says yes, it is true that it was not him. Jiho thinks that there is no way to catch him. He has to be careful what he says from now on. He thinks if he just lies well, he will get through this. The detective tells him that he is still a minor so they can interrogate him. Jiho asks the detective can he go home. The detective tells him to call his lawyer and his parents. After some time, Jiho's mother came and she shouted and talked angrily. She says that her son is the kindest boy in the world. He just met the wrong people. How could they do this to their son? Jiho's father also came and he told the detective that he should catch the real criminal, not his boy. He tells him that he even said the knife was not his. He also said that he is now the head officer of this division. He tells the detective to look at Jiho and how he scared him. He is speechless. He also tells him that he already said that James Go had prior convictions. Jiho thinks that he can rely on his parents as the detective is not saying anything. Detective says that 5 years ago there was a kid just like him. Later they found he had hidden all the evidence of conspiracy to commit murder. Then he went to jail at the same age as Jiho, and now he is 23. Jiho's parents yell and say to the detective what he is saying in front of a child. They ask him if he is threatening them. They ask him if he has any proof. How can he handcuff him without any evidence? The detective replies that their son fingerprinted in a knife will come out within 2 hours. They are shocked to hear that. The detective tells them that Jiho did well trying to wipe his fingerprint off, but he cannot lower the blade when he wipes it. Jiho's parents asked what kind of police he was as they would handcuff someone without evidence. Officer Kim came and put Jiho in a holding cell. Her mother is trying to reach him but the cops stop her. Jiho thinks of himself in prison and they are locking him up. He thinks about a trial or a lawyer. He is stuck here as now he can't go home. After that, he yells and tells his parent to get him out of there tomorrow. His father replies that he will get him out tomorrow. He starts crying. Someone throws a plate full of food on him. His cellmates told him not to make a noise as they got offended by him. One of them tells him that he should stop now as grown-ups eating here. A man crawls near to him and starts eating food. Jiho is scared to all of them. Suddenly, the police officer came and told them to stop all the rubbish. Jiho is happy to see a police officer. A police officer said to Jiho that he heard he pushed his friends and he was here for attempted murder. He is a complete trash. He also tells him that tomorrow he will be going to prison. But if one of the victims dies, then it's a murderer. Jiho prays to God to help him and let them awake. On the other side of the train, Fat Daniel is checking the profile of James Lee on his mobile. He does not know who he is. The smart Daniel lives in Hwanggu, but Daniel doesn't know the place. He just knows that his parents live overseas and he lives alone. He thinks he was using a living person's body. He is curious that no one has been looking for him. He is a Facebook and stream star and he even did modeling. Fat Daniel thinks maybe it is because his parents are overseas. But what kind of parents would they be as they never try to contact him? It means he has no friends too. He also thinks if this body has a family, then how he can use that body. He goes to the James Lee address and finds out that he exists as there are so many bills in his name. He wants to press the bell to see what is behind the door. He thinks there should be a clue. He gets shocked as someone puts a hand on his shoulder. Daniel turns back. They are Jiho's parents. Her mother asks him what he is doing here. She asks him if he is here for Jiho, too. Her mother is crying and asks Daniel if he comes here to ask him to settle. She thanks him so much. Daniel came to know that Jiho was caught by the police. Her mother asks him if he trusts Jiho. He knows that he is not a bad guy. Daniel thinks that of course he does, and he knows him better than anyone. Daniel says that they have no idea about the accused and they even didn't come to the hospital. Jiho's parents are shocked to hear this. After that, they leave from there. Jiho's father tells her mother that he does not anyone who lives in this building. She replies that the address says it is here. Daniel realizes that the entire building is empty and wonders how this is possible. Because the bills are also here, he says he just can leave like this. After that, he opened the door of the flat and went in. It was not locked. He sees that the room is very dirty and cold. He thinks that it has been empty for a long time because he uses the body. He wonders why he's using James Lee's body. He is curious about him. He searches the room for something about James Lee, but can't find it. He says that his belongings are all here, but why is there no information? Suddenly, he saw a jacket with the name of James Lee. After some time, he came out wearing this jacket and then went to his Moon High School by finding it by Googling. Daniel thinks about why he is going to school 3 hours away as it's so remote. He is more curious about him now as to who is he and why his school is so far. Suddenly, he sees that the school is closed.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.